Happy Wednesday. This is episode 22, and today we're going to talk about sports. I want to kind of dive in real quick and talk to you about my experiences growing up playing sports. I think that the reason behind me getting into sports wasn't the correct reason, and because of that, I didn't get the opportunity to really enjoy each sport and really connect with it and see if it was something that I actually enjoyed doing. I feel that the reason why I began to play sports or try to play sports was ultimately to create a bond with my dad and have a relationship with him and to have something in common, something that he would feel proud of me doing. And then as I began to try different sports and realize that that wasn't making our relationship get any closer, I began to lose interest in all these different sports. And um, in that moment, it was kind of difficult to be going through all that. But now, looking back, not only did it allow me to have knowledge of each sport a little bit, but it gave me the tools that I currently have. Where if I get invited to go play basketball, I'm able to. If I have to go play football, I feel confident. If I play soccer, same thing. And I think the initial in I guess when I initially got introduced to soccer, I feel that soccer would have been something that I would have enjoyed doing in a team, but I never had the opportunity to really invest time in that. I think it was presented to me initially by my dad. He has always been very athletic and he has been a really good soccer player. So the first memories that I have of him introducing me to soccer, I did feel I felt very well. First of all, insecure, and I felt very intimidated because I saw how good he was. Like I would go into a grocery store and his picture, the frame, there was a frame with him in uniform. He was part of the soccer team. So I automatically felt intimidated and I didn't see other kids my age that were playing soccer. So I didn't, I think I saw it so far away. And let me give you an example. I have a huge group of cousins that are way younger than me, but they all grew up together and they all grew up playing soccer. And that's all they know and that's all they did. And till this day, they still play on the weekends in their soccer team and they still um, I think that brought them really close, and I didn't have that at all. I totally missed all that. Plus I don't think I have male cousins around my age, so that could have been a big factor. But whenever I see that dynamic, I was like, I think I would have been good, like if I would have been with other cousins that were my age playing soccer. I think I would have learn to love the sport playing it. But just the way that I saw my dad, like somebody so good at playing soccer, it really intimidated me, and it was kind of like he was trying to force it upon me, and it just didn't work out. So I think he lost hope in that sport, and by the time I was in middle school, I found football. And whenever I found football, I remember that I tried out for the team. And the first day that the coach saw me and I introduced myself, I think he was happy to see somebody that was uh, a little, somebody that he could use in the front line, right? And I had a good time. And as the weeks went by and I realized that that wasn't making my relationship with my dad any better, I lost interest and I didn't go back the second year. It was just 1 year that I did football. So then after that, I was like, well, maybe if I do a sport that doesn't require me being in a team, maybe that would be something that I will enjoy and will be better. So down the street from where I live, the cops have a gym that is strictly for boxing. And since it's so close to my house, my neighbor and I, at the time, we were really good friends. We walked over there and we signed up. I think my dad took us the first time. So seeing my dad taking me and my friend to the to that gym opened up that possibility that maybe things would be good between him and I. And I remember enjoying boxing. I never got or had the chance to actually box with someone. I think I was too young, and but I did get the chance to train and to shadow box and to do all the drills. And one thing that automatically, really early on, made me feel um, self conscious was that they would take off my shirt in front of everyone, and the two coaches would rub kind of like this Vaseline all over my body, and then they would put a sweater over me, and then we would go run. So that to me was embarrassing at that time. I didn't know that I could speak up and say, "Hey, this doesn't feel right," because they would do it to some of the other guys, but I think that I was the heaviest one, so they definitely wanted me to sweat more. But I did enjoy like running, doing the laps. I did enjoy the different drills that they had, and but after seeing that nothing was happening between I guess my dad and I decided to just not go one day. So when high school came along, I decided that I wasn't going to go that route anymore. It wasn't taking me nowhere. Like I could still work out on my own, do my own workouts. I had a stationary bike. I would go run. I would do different type of exercises here at the house on my own. But I instead of getting back into some sports, I decided to do what I like. Decided to get into choir, and I decided to get back to try theater. And I really enjoy that, and I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad that I was able to do that because I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter what I do. Like, it's not. I guess him and I are not going to get along, so might as well do something that I enjoy doing. So during high school, I did focus on my what I like to do, and I really enjoy that. And I had a great time. I had really beautiful memories of that, and I no longer try to get into any type of sports as far as team sports. And after school, I kept that my practice where I work out, I do my own thing, but I never tried to play it in any other type of group sport. Now that I'm older, sometimes I think to myself, if today I would be good, maybe like in a soccer team or a football team or a volleyball team or a basketball team. And I feel that the answer would still be no. I think that I enjoy playing it, but the moment that I see people being very competitive and very passionate about, I need to win, 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 that automatically kind of like blocks me, and I just don't want to be part of that anymore. And so there's moments where we play soccer with the family, and I enjoy those moments. I really enjoy being out there and playing, and I enjoy that process. But I just don't like to deal with competitive individuals that go overboard. And I realized that whenever, let's say, I have my niece, she's a great soccer player. We play soccer outside sometimes, her and I. And then if I'm winning and I see that she's getting a little too passionate, I kind of like it's not about that. It's about having a good time. Or whenever we have to go see her play soccer, and I see how everybody gets very competitive and begins to scream and gets upset, that I feel like I have that I get anxiety when I see that, so I try my best to not be part of all that. Currently, I enjoy, walking. I enjoy working, dancing, um, things on my own as far as working out. But I do look back, and I can't help but putting me in those situations where, like, what if I would have really enjoyed, let's say, playing soccer. Now, whenever we see documentaries of these now famous athletes that are out of the closet and that are openly gay, it's so cool because it gives the youth, the LGBT youth, that it gives them like that point of reference that now they can see somebody like them that also likes to play sports. I feel that if I would have been passionate, let's say, about playing soccer, I would have done my best to be the best of, playing soccer, because that would have been something that I loved. And but that wasn't the case with me. Like I enjoy playing sports, but I don't feel that passion. And now that I see, let's say, for instance, these different athletes that are out, I love to see that, because whenever they share their stories, it's I can relate. I felt those moments as well as I was growing up. For instance, whenever we were playing football, imagine this: you're learning this sport, you're playing with all these boys, but apart from that, you have this extra stress on you where you are trying to hide your sexuality, and you feel that anything that you do or say, someone's going to find out. And it totally puts pushes you away from the actual cause. Like, you're trying to play a sport and win, but you're too occupied about, I need to act this way, I need to hide this, I don't want people to know this, I don't want people to see this. And there was moments where, a lot of the times, never did I take a shower in the showers. Like, I always waited. And luckily it was like, let's say, after school we would have a game, and I would go home and just showered. I never showered at the in the dressing rooms. I was always kind of like, had that fear. So now to know that there's this youth that can actually see gay athletes, I love that. I love that they can see somebody like them, and that they get motivated to be a great athlete when they grow up, without the fear of being um, singled out or made fun of. Like, I love that concept. And I also love the fact that, for instance, like I was sharing, whenever I see my cousins and how they bond with each other, and not only are they cousins themselves, but I feel like they're more than that. They're like brothers, because they've played soccer all their life. They've been together, not only playing soccer, but let's say in school, and then after school. So they really have a really cool relationship. And they're way younger than me. They're over 10 years younger than me. So I wish I would have had that same dynamic in my age group, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I'm happy to see that with them. So I think what I want for you to take from this video is that a lot of the times we do things for others, to get someone's attention, to get someone's approval, and those are not, you may have the best intentions, but that's not always the best reason to do something. I think that you do whatever makes you happy. And if you're young right now and you're in school and you want to play soccer because that's something that you love, don't stop. Keep on doing it and make the best of it. But don't feel that you have to do any of that just to fit in, or just to get someone's approval, or just, those are never the right reasons. So if you do like that, I encourage you to continue to play the sports, and be brave enough to share who you are. That way you can motivate other people and other kids around you. Ready? Well, this was pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys have a phenomenal week, and I will see you and I will talk to you all next week. Bye bye.